Bro, let's just go back to the house, bro.
Bro, fuck that. What's up, nigga?
Whoever made the best out of me.
It takes a very special kind of delusion to look at a god, a cosmic prisoner, a goat, and some ugly guy and realize that they all suffer from the exact same flaw. When we think about world-ending ignorance, we usually think about our iconic fictional demons that have no remorse for human life. I'm talking Kid Buu and his relentless search for destruction and chaos. Homelander, the nigga who's a narcissistic man-child that won't live unless he's getting glazed and validated every single second. Sukuna, the highly intelligent spawn of the devil himself that has no care for human life. Very similar to Kid Buu, actually. And then there's RDCmark, the pillar of true ignorance. A warrior whose ignorance is so legendary that it rivals that of the villains I just mentioned a moment ago. Yes, his ignorance rivals Homelander's. Bro, Mark is honestly the backbone of this entire list. Whether it's a skit or it's on stream, the ignorance bleeds through the screen, bro. It's a part of who you are, Mark. There's no hiding it. True ignorance isn't just about confidence. It's about choosing to be blind even when a storm is brewing right in front of you. That storm goes by the name of RDC Desmond, aka John. Now, although this was from a skit, everything Mark did in character represents the way he is on stream. Mark, he was confident with every fiber in his soul that he could defeat John in a battle of fisticuffs. My nigga, this was the moment he already lost the battle. Everyone that loved this nigga warned him not to fight John. Even his mom.
Mama.
Hey, son, what's wrong?
Yeah, no, I'm finna fight this nigga named John. I don't care,
Wait,
bro.
John? Baby, that's that boy that fought that pit bull and got that metal plate in his jaw.
Mama, are you serious?
No, he like that.
I'm sorry, gang, but if my mom was describing one of my future opponents and she ends off the scouting report with, "He's like that," my nigga, fear would instantly be instilled in my heart. Mom, what do you mean you have no faith in me? If I'm actively recalling what Leland said correctly, this nigga John beat a pit bull with his bare hands and has a metal plate in his jaw.
You talking about the nigga that beat up that pit bull with his bare hands with the metal plate in his jaw?
What? I don't care what he did, nigga.
This right here. My nigga, did you not just hear what came out of Leland's mouth? Not only did he say pit bull and bare hands in the same sentence, but this nigga John went through an operation to get a metal plate installed in his jaw. Bro, this is not someone you agree to fight unless you're deranged and you just want to lose. But in Mark's case, it's pure ignorance. Even after all those sincere warnings, Mark decided that his ego was too fragile after all, and that he couldn't live another day without satisfying his need to prove a point to absolutely nobody. He made the decision to go and face John. Let's just say he didn't handle things correctly. No, it was ass. Nah, my bad.
Nigga, that ain't shit to me, nigga. Shit to me. What's up, nigga? Nigga, swing again. Yeah, you're hurt on it. Come on.
Mark's ignorance got his hand broken and his dignity left in shambles, but it was nowhere near as bad as Vegeta's fate, the pillar of pride. See, listen, Mark fighting John even after his own mom told him he's like that is crazy, but Vegeta taking a look at Perfect Cell, a bioengineered ultimate weapon that was literally designed to counter anything he can do, and saying, "Yeah, go ahead, power up, let's see what you got." My nigga, that's a level of pride and ignorance that science can't even explain. Vegeta, I don't think you understand. He was made to kill Goku, and you already know what Goku would do to you if he actually tried while you guys fought. If Mark is the pillar of true ignorance, Vegeta is the blueprint for catching fades out of pure arrogance. But to truly understand why Vegeta is the pillar of pride, we gotta take it all the way back to when he unlocked Super Saiyan for the first time. My nigga was on top of the world. After all that time spent trying to become a Super Saiyan and failing miserably, my dog finally achieved it. Not gonna lie, I was definitely smiling when I watched this scene. It was indeed a wholesome moment for Vegeta, and let's be honest, bro, he deserved it. The guy literally went through hell just to transform for the first time. He even had to see this random ass nigga he didn't know transform before him. Of course, later on he found out this random guy is actually the GOAT Trunks, and it's actually his kid too. But that only made his pride worse. Nigga, what do you mean my son can transform? I've never even seen my hair change color for a split second. And this nigga not only transformed into a Super Saiyan at a young age, but he low-key got that shit on too. I mean, come on, bro. Vegeta's battle armor is alright, but that shit does not compare to Trunks' fit. Let's be so real. Anyway, Vegeta was experiencing a power high after achieving Super Saiyan. He really thought he could defeat anybody, including Goku. Then came Android 19. Vegeta turned this nigga into scraps and boosted his head even more. He came to the false realization that he could really handle all these androids the same way. Man, oh man, was he wrong. Trunks even tried telling him, "Hey Pops, these niggas is different, bro. Let's lock in for a little bit." But Vegeta's ego said, "Nigga, I'm royalty. Fuck you." So Android 18 and Vegeta get to boxing, and even still, this nigga Vegeta is glazing himself. In the middle of landing combos, he just starts to glaze himself out of nowhere. Like, come on, bro. I know I'm not a Super Saiyan, and I don't know what you feeling right now, but dude, it gets to a point. While he was practically gooning to himself, he didn't even realize Android 18 was genuinely warming up and not taking him seriously. Sorry, my boy, I forgot to tell you, she got infinite stamina. Android 18 said, let me stop playing with this nigga, then proceeds to put the pause on this guy. Dude, she genuinely showed no mercy. Like, why are you hitting a grown man like this? She then proceeds to rearrange this nigga's forearm with a kick so devilish that it altered his DNA forever. Like deadass, he holds that exact same arm every time he's boxing somebody. It's kind of crazy. You would think that getting your arm broken in this fashion by a blonde teenage girl would humble this man, but no, it just set him up for his next crash out at Cell Games. The pillar of obsession. See, Vegeta's delusion comes from his pride, Mark's comes from pure ignorance, but Eren, his delusion comes from a deep obsession. Bro, Eren was so obsessed with the idea of freedom that he literally manipulated time, betrayed his friends, and jumped the entire world just to prove a point. Mark? He didn't know any better. His ignorance was stemmed from his lack of critical thinking and fragile ego. But Eren saw the future, knew how bad the crash out was gonna be, and said, yeah, that sounds about right. To truly understand this level of tunnel vision, we need to take it back to the raid on Marley. This nigga Eren left his home island and went undercover as a Marleyan soldier, an injured one at that, and sat on this very bench marinating in his devilish thoughts. I'm not gonna lie, bro, this is a badge worse than school sniper. Eren was a planetary threat. I mean, come on. Would you guys do all this just to prove a point? Nigga, I know I'm not. When it was time to strike, he had a cool little aura farming session in some basement. I'm not gonna lie, this nigga may be evil as shit, but damn, he cool. He was waiting for Willie Tiber to finish his declaration of war so he can crash into the party and eat this man in front of his people. He even had Reiner on his hands and knees begging Eren to kill him. This is what I call textbook aura farming. I low-key should have added this nigga to my last video. You guys should also go check out that video, by the way. This was all just the beginning. He was so locked into the objective of causing havoc that he was completely blind to the collateral damage. I mean, just look at how he handled the Warlock Titan. This guy's using another grown man's jaw as a nutcracker so he can drink some Warlock Jew. This is not the behavior of a sane individual. This is a man who has lost all moral compass due to obsession. He didn't even care that he was getting his closest friends involved in a global war. He just wanted that quick little power boost. Speaking of that power boost, this was the pinnacle of his obsession. He was willing to look at his childhood friend dead in the eye and tell her he's always hated her cause she's a slave, then proceeds to beat the brakes off Armin, his day one homeboy, just cause he stood up for her. Gang! She wrapped a scarf around her neck just because of you, and this is the thanks she gets? Eren's obsession literally made him lose his humanity. He traded his friends and soul just for a chance to wipe out the entire map of Earth. In order to commence with his plan, he turned into a disgusting demon-looking monster, but this monster was nowhere near as bad as Rakai. I mean, come on, he's 80% mouth. The pillar of stupidity. Mark has a fragile ego, Vegeta has too much pride, Eren is hyper-fixated, but Rakai, there is absolutely nothing going on behind those eyes. The lights are on, but nobody's home. If you look closely at his forehead, you can actually see the single brain cell he has fighting for its life. I don't think you guys understand the level of pure, unadulterated foolishness this nigga puts on display every single day. Just look at this clip, bro.
Wait, Chad, do you need a passport for Hawaii?
I don't think so.
It's a state.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Hawaii's not a state.
Yeah, you need to graduate. You need to go back to school.
Hawaii is in the 50 states of America.
Yeah.
So why we went to Portugal?
Puerto Rico's a territory.
This nigga had the audacity to sit up straight and repeat this stupid ass statement like he was onto something. Then he mentions Portugal like it had anything to do with Hawaii. This shit finna piss me off, bro. Cause who raised this nigga? Bro, we learned this in elementary school. This is the pillar of stupidity at its finest. I don't think anybody could have received this title other than Rakai. Just wait, bro, it gets worse.
But listen, you like how I look?
Did you understand a word that came out of this nigga's mouth? This might honestly be worse than anything I've heard XQC produce, and that's saying a lot.
No, yeah. I've heard that. I've seen some of these documentaries, but none of that. Hey, the game government ain't no getting the best.
If you pay attention closely, you can actually see the moment his brain short circuits while he's making his noise. The sentence he tried to say required a minimum of 5 IQ points, and yet it came out like... Yeah, honestly, I have nothing else for this man. I may have lost a few IQ points myself after watching that Rakai clip. That'll do it for the 4 faces of ignorance. Let me know in the comments what version of ignorance is your favorite. Make sure you like and subscribe, bro. And we out of here.
Hola, te habla LeBron James.